and talk a little bit about construction. And we're on with Dagan Koffler, locally grown right here in North County, San Diego, and really prides himself on having the ability to oversee the entire project, and not just oversee it, but kind of dabbles in all the aspects of that, don't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
How does that work?
It's project specific, but it can be anything from I will do plans for people, hand-drawn plans, to design, to just creating what they're looking for. A lot of homeowners, look on websites like House, and they're looking at different websites of things that they want in their home, but they don't really know how to make that come to fruition.
Sure.
So they come to me, they say, without hiring a expensive architect to make this dream come true, what are our options for making this dream come true, with just using you? So I go through the options, and usually we can come up with a handful of solutions that solve all those problems within their price point, get creative, and kind of go from there.
So my wife loves to get these home magazines, and she'll cut out rooms. She likes this dresser and this kitchen and this backyard, and I got into the shoebox of magazine clippings that she continues to put in front of my face. It's almost like she's mocking me. Yeah, she's mocking me, and she adds another one to the shoebox. Right. So I can walk into your office with my shoebox of my wife's dreams, and you're going to be able to weave this into reality.
That's the idea, yeah.
That's the idea.
You give me a space, a floor plan, you give me the pictures you're looking at, how you want, how your house needs to function for you, your family, kids, whatever, and that's sort of what I can do for you. I'm good at making things functional and attractive. So you give me a picture, and I can say, well, that really doesn't do that much for your family. Like, why don't we, build it out a little bit, get some storage in there. You'll still get the same front, but you also have some functionality to this now. Things of that nature.
You certainly do work with architects, and that certainly is and interior designers, but
yeah.
I think really what you bring to the table is, in instances they're not necessary. I mean, you're able to provide those functions, and obviously it's project scope specific.
Yeah.
If it ends up being an enormous project, an architect dedicated to that may be what makes the most sense.
Right.
But for some of these, I guess you're talking about remodeling jobs, it may not be necessary. You can actually fill those roles.
Yeah, projects are all over the map. You get a big project, you're definitely probably going to need an architect. A lot of times people want an interior designer just to have the option to, bounce ideas off of them. So there's always a need for them. But, on smaller scale projects, if it's just a house remodel, if people aren't in a huge hurry, if it doesn't have to be immediate, there's a lot of flexibility, and I can provide that sort of flexibility.
So a homeowner doesn't necessarily need to go out and hire and pay for a separate architect and a interior designer or other of the affiliate trades. You can provide not only that service, but also the know-how to walk them through that process. And you mentioned something that you do the plans as well.
Yeah, if it's something that's small, I'll either do them myself, and I don't use a computer program. I'm still a hand drawer, but I can just use a draftsperson.
Wow.
Most things, unless it needs, engineering calcs, you can call that stuff out, and the cities are okay with it. There's just it's project by project, but if you have sort of the knowledge of how it all works, you can walk them through it and possibly save some homeowners some money.